Drew McIntyre, I want to say welcome home, but it's not quite home.
No.
How is it being back?
It's home. It's amazing being back. I can't believe we're back 6 weeks since we've last been here. It would have been 2 years since I've been home for the last tour. And now doing a couple of tours back to back is such a luxury for me and also for the other superstars. They love being back in the UK. They love how crazy and wild the fans are. It's just a good time for everyone.
So last time we spoke to you, you was a Raw superstar. Obviously now on Friday night SmackDown. How's that settling in process been?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, initially because of the past few years of me being on Raw and rising up the ranks and fighting myself, becoming champion. Obviously leading the company forward during uncertain times. I felt like Raw was my home and was one of the faces of Raw, or the face for a while. And I felt like a dirty traitor when I got drafted to SmackDown. I genuinely felt that way. But thinking about it, it's good to get a new, fresh coat of paint every so often. Story-wise for me, Drew Galloway and Drew McIntyre, it all started on SmackDown all those years ago. I feel like I've unfinished business there with the whole Chosen One thing, supposed to be on top of the world, future champion, the man and the company, and everything just went to hell, and that's always been in the back of my mind, that I'd like to make that right. So it's kind of cool, everything's coming full circle, and I get a chance to make things right.
And obviously you're doing the open challenges right now. Whose idea was that, or is that just more a case of just showing the SmackDown audience, in case they don't watch Monday Night Raw for whatever reason, what you're capable of and what you're really about?
I mean, I wanted something where, I've done so much on Raw and had been in some significant matches and was unfortunately unsuccessful in a couple of significant matches. And I wanted to just kind of start again and show everybody what I'm capable of. Like, I don't want to just walk in and say, I deserve to fight Roman, because right now, I don't think I do deserve to fight Roman. And I'm more than happy to start from the bottom and work my way to the top, just like I did on Raw. I'm very patient. I've learned a lot over these 21 years. I understand we're 52 weeks a year. I understand we've got a lot of talented superstars on the roster that perhaps I've got some momentum going. Perhaps they deserve the title match first. That's cool. Or get in the ring with me and I'll kick your head off, and then suddenly I've jumped ahead of you in the line. The queue, I can say that, and we're back home now. But either way, these open challenges allow some different matches for everybody. They allow me to go out without any preparation, just who wants to fight me and get out here and fight. And generally I've been smashing them in 3 minutes, but at the same time you're going to get to see some cool stuff that my opponents can do. Like, people are talking about Ricochet after this past week, somebody who's very talented. Hopefully he keeps showing that fire he showed when he slapped me across the face, because that's going to get him more places than doing cooler flips.
Who do you want to step up?
Basically the guy who's been challenging me. I know Sammy is already very comfortable in who he is, but Ali is somebody we're still he's trying to find exactly who he is and find his place in WWE. Ricochet, somebody we assumed when he came in the door was going to go straight to the top. There was no stopping him with that kind of ability, and it's not quite worked yet. Those are a couple of guys right away that I'm like, okay, let's show them a little bit of what you can do, get some character stuff out there, find who you are, find where you fit into SmackDown, and let's start seeing what you're truly capable of. Like, Ricochet is just a different level when it comes to in-ring. He's getting more comfortable in the microphone, and something like showing fire and showing balls is what really counts when you're a good guy, and he really showed some fire last week with me. So next week in the Open Challenge, we do it again. I want to see who steps out next, because I can keep having these matches, keep showing what I'm capable of, but also showing what my opponent's capable of.
So Survivor Series is coming up, obviously, and I believe you found out when you landed that you was on Team SmackDown, and not only that, you was the first name announced on Team SmackDown.
Yes.
We spoke to Woods. You think you're the captain of Team SmackDown. I believe you put lead in the charge. Woods is the king. He says that you're beneath him. Who's in charge of his team? Come on.
I might have said a different answer before you finished your last sentence. He said I'm beneath him. I think this king character has gone to Woods' head. His accent's changed. He seems like a different person. He wanted this his whole life. I thought he'd just be so humble with it, but no, okay, I'm beneath him. I would have said I'll be fine, the king doesn't always lead. I said a leading SmackDown into battle. The king doesn't necessarily always lead the charge. He generally hangs back, puts the tactics together. I would have been fine with that, but since he said the beneath comment, he can go screw himself. I'm the captain, and there's only one captain, and I'm going to lead us to victory. If there's a problem with that, he can step up to me and look right in my chest and tell me how he feels.
So one of the points that Woods raised, and this has actually been a bit of a point on social media, is people feel there's no stakes to this Survivor Series match? Because obviously you've just come over, and that Raw team is basically all on SmackDown a few weeks ago.
Not anymore. Big Bob's on it now.
Obviously, Big Bob's on it now. But how would you like to see the stakes heightened for Survivor Series? Is there anything that comes to mind?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I saw Woods' little speech about the losing team perhaps having a multi-man match, the five-way dance, and whoever, I guess it's the order of eliminations, an elimination match, will be the first five in the Royal Rumble. So if you I guess win the losers match, you will be number 5. But more interestingly, if you win the Survivor Series match, you get those last 5 spots at the Royal Rumble and you're fighting out who's going to be number 30. And that is a very significant advantage when it comes to winning the Royal Rumble. Unless you're Drew McIntyre and you come in around 16 and whip everybody and win. Then again, not everybody's Drew McIntyre, especially Woods.
I mean, you mentioned Royal Rumble, so let's talk about Roman and SmackDown. You eliminated Roman Reigns to win that Royal Rumble. The moment you got drafted to SmackDown, everyone says this is the man to take the Universal Championship from Roman. You mentioned earlier that you've got a bit of time before that happens. Is that something you see revisiting down the line?
Oh yeah, we're going to revisit it. It's just a matter of when, not if. And it's cool that everybody's saying, well, it's Drew and Roman. That's obviously the match that's going to happen, and I appreciate that, and I really hope it just doesn't happen too soon. Just where he's at right now, the momentum he's built, the aura he has, the confidence he has, his head's visible from space. It's not the right time for me to go in there, and as much as I go in there and I genuinely believe I could take him down right now, that's not what it's about. I want that momentum. I want it to feel as big as possible. I want people not just saying this is the match that should obviously happen. I want people clamoring like, we need this match, please give us this match, because I've got that momentum going. I've reached that level where I'm at Roman Reigns logical competitor level, and right now I don't believe I'm there, and I need to get that steam going first, and I want everybody saying give us the match, damn it, and finally when it happens it's very special.
UK pay-per-view sounds good for that.
Yes, it does.
We'll save that to hopefully next summer. Obviously, you wrestled Roman last year at Survivor Series, and you've actually got a decent record at Survivor Series, apart from last year. You was on the 2019 Raw team.
Did we win?
2018 Raw team.
Is that the one I eliminated Walter really quick and people were upset? Or was that 2019?
That was 2019, yeah. Do you have any?
Oh, I eliminated Joe very quick and everyone was upset.
So who this year is going to get the Drew McIntyre rub?
Yeah, where I take them out in the first minute. Joe, Walter, yeah, who are people liking right now that are on a bit of a roll? Yeah, I guess it'd be Owens or, oh my goodness, imagine I took out Ray that quick. People would be so upset. It's probably Ray, I guess. This is going to get me booed.
Who's the biggest threat on that Raw team?
It's got to be Big Bob for me. Rollins is interesting right now, but in the end, he's someone I've been in the ring with a bunch of times. I know what he's capable of in the ring, no matter what he says or how stupid he dresses. He's very, very good, but Lashley's been my kryptonite. With MVP, I see MVP in the picture in the background because MVP comes along with Lashley. He's a big reason why I've not been successful winning back my title, but got to give it to Big Bob. And thankfully, as Big Carbs is walking by, if you remember in the past, the Buddies of Bedlam was myself, Corbin, and Lashley, and together, these Buddies of Bedlam are going to take down Big Bob. Can you take him down?
Can you trust Corbin?
Bring him back.
I can't trust Corbin, but we're on the same team. He wants the bragging rights, and together we're going to take down Lashley for old time's sake.
I'm in.
I feel like he's lost his head a tiny bit though, with all the money's gone to his head again. Do you have what's in you to keep him in line?
He's fine. On this night, maybe not other nights, but on this particular night, he wants the bragging rights. Yeah. He wants the bigger payday. You win the match, you get the winner's packet. So he wants that winner's packet.
He runs the world for me.
There you
Doors.
So just quickly, who have you not feuded with yet on SmackDown who you want to do a proper program with?
I've got to say Cesaro, I guess. He's somebody I've not even wrestled in a straight singles match ever. Like we've never been involved in anything significant basically together until this tour. We tagged together one night, and that's the most we've been in the ring together. And both of us wrestling 20 years apiece. That's crazy. It's never happened. He is the most underrated superstar in the world, as everyone and their mother and dog say, because it's true. And I would love to get into something with him and show the world the kind of matches we could deliver.
For those who aren't aware, you obviously tagged with Cesaro last night.
Yes,
Well,
I did.
I say last night, you tagged with Cesaro in Nottingham
Yes.
against Walter and Sheamus. How much fun? How much fun was that match?
So much fun. And we beat the hell out of each other, as everyone would assume. The match started with Sheamus swinging for my stomach and somehow punching me in the jaw, which for real, and it really upset me. And I punched him in the head a bunch of times, and he ran away and got Walter and told him to chop me to get revenge. Walter and I got in the big chop off, and I won. And yeah, Cesaro was in there with the uppercuts. It was chaos. Everybody got their big moves in, and in the end, well, Big Daddy Claymore put down the Irishman.
Finally, who's impressed you most on this UK tour?
I mean, everybody. Everyone works so freaking hard from beginning to end. Getting to see some new talent step up. You know, the NXT match on there with Ciampa has been around for a while, but Braun Breaker, who really doesn't have that much experience, and to watch him get such a huge opportunity on an international show, and knowing how things work in NXT and how things work here, to see how he's adapted and been able to swim when things are more go, 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 and he's not lost the head, like he's going to be good in the future. But if I had to single anyone out, I'll give it to the girls this tour. Like, they've been main eventing every night, Charlotte and Sasha, they've been killing it. And it's so cool to see just how different things are. Like when I started, and the girls would be lucky, even on an international tour, to get a little match for 5 minutes or whatever. And it was a very different style of match. And to see them main eventing and having a true main event match and of genuine star power and star reactions is very cool.
True. Thank you for your time, mate.
Thank you, buddy.
We'll see you next week.
You shall.